Welcome back everyone. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to replace your drum brake on the Apollo Air Pro. The tools you'll need for this job are two 6mm and one 4mm Allen key. Now the first thing we'll need to do is remove our brake line, so we're just going to unscrew our knob down here. We can put that to the side for now. We can then pull our brake line out and remove our spring. The next thing we'll need to do is remove our set screw with a 4mm Allen key. There we go. Now all is left to do is remove our wheel before we pull away the drum brake. For that, we'll take our two 6mm Allen keys and unscrew the shaft. As we can see, we have one of the screws out. We can now hold our wheel and pull our shaft out. The next step is to remove the spacers from the wheel and remove the wheel itself. We can now remove our drum brake and go get the new one. Before installing our new drum brake, we want to take the guide pin from the old arm and put it into the new one, right here. We can now take our new drum brake and install it into the wheel. We can now put it in between our forks, take our small spacer, put it in between the drum brake and the fork. We want to hold the wheel against the fork to hold the spacer. Then we can take our shaft and insert it into the wheel itself. Just like that. We can now take our larger spacer and put it on the back side. Once the spacer is installed, we can push our shaft all the way in. Once the back spacer is in and the shaft is pushed all the way through, we can now take our shaft screw and screw it back in. We don't want to screw it all the way in because we still want movement in the drum brake to reinstall. The next step here is to take our brake line, insert it into the bracket, just like this. We can now take our spring. We can then take our brake line and insert it into the guide pin, just like that. The next step is to take our knob and screw it on just to secure it in place. That is good. The next step is to take our set screw and reinsert it into the bracket right here. We can take our 4mm Allen key and torque it down. This will now secure your drum brake in place so it doesn't move. That should do it. We can now tighten the shaft with our two 6mm Allen keys. And that should do it. The last step is to adjust our brake line. We want to first lift up the lever right here and then gently pull our line down to release the tension on the brake line. And if your brake is too loose like this one, we can then tighten the knob just like that. We can now check the brake on the handlebars to see how the adjustment is. And that's perfect. Now if your brake is too tight, we'll just reverse the process. So we can lift the arm again, gently pull down the brake line and loosen the knob. Just like that. A properly adjusted brake should leave you with about 1 finger width of space between the brake lever and the grip handle. And that's how you change a drum brake on the Apollo Air Pro.